Is there something or someone that has you tied up in chains? That has you in your head, in your feelings, worried sick about a person or an event? Do you feel like there's something that's making you crazy and you can't stop thinking about it? Do you feel like you're being attacked or potentially tied up? And I don't mean literally tied up. I mean mentally tied, spiritually tied, or emotionally tied. Although there could be something that is also physically keeping you bound. If that's the case, then stay tuned. Hi, this is Leigh, and I'd like to welcome you to Alchemy Intuitive Arts. I am your tour guide to take you on a cosmic trip around the spiritual galaxy. And if that piques your interest, then punch your ticket and get on board. And with that said, smash the like button and subscribe, and let's get into it. There's many times in our life when we face challenges that seem insurmountable. Challenges that the universe has put in front of us. Some might say these are lessons. Some might say this is karma. Whatever you want to call it, it's a challenge. It's a test. And it's up to us to determine how to deal with that successfully and how to pass the test. And when we pass the test, we'll move on. Guess what? To the next lesson. Yeah, that's right. The lessons never end. In fact, the higher you evolve in spirituality, the more difficult the challenges become. But the grace in that is the more secure you become in meeting those challenges in the appropriate way. Although you may be challenged with greater demons, greater difficulties, meaner people, tougher situations, whatever, we all face challenges. And whether your challenges are big or small, your challenge is your challenge, and it's still important. So in spirituality, at least the way that I look at spirituality, is there is a path that you can follow to help you move through these challenges, to help you move through the, for lack of a better term, the thickness, the heaviness of the energy that you're facing. And that's what it feels like. It feels heavy. I mean, you're going to feel it in your gut. You're going to feel it in your throat. You're going to feel it in your heart. You're going to feel it in your third eye, like you can't figure out what's going on. You're going to feel it in your crown, like as if you're not getting guidance from the divine. And you're going to potentially manifest your concern, your anxiety through lower chakras. So you may, for example, lose your courage with your solar plexus. You may become afraid, fearful, anxious, or you may have addictions that might fall into your sacral chakra. And that could be any kind of addiction. It could be any kind of substance. It could be shopping. It could be sex. It could be anything. These are all ways that we deal with pain. We should have grace for people that are dealing with traumas. Sometimes we don't deal with things the best way possible. And that is through prayer, meditation, etc. Sometimes we deal with these things through our bad habits. And we oftentimes want to shame people for their bad habits. Generally, people with bad habits are masking something that is deeper. And that's why it's critically important that we try and deal with these deeper issues so that we can resolve any of these lower chakra issues that might affect us. A root chakra, we may feel ungrounded. We don't feel like we're in our body. We feel like, we're just kind of moving and we're not, able to get ourselves grounded to make the decisions that we need to make. And that is why it is critical, as I said, to have a practice of balancing, to acknowledge these energy centers in your body, to cleanse them, to clear them, and to bring good energy into those energy centers. Doesn't have to be, the thing that you see people doing, and often I'll put the little icons on my channel that, the bear meditating or whatever. It doesn't have to look like that. You can do it laying in your bed. You can do it taking a walk. You can do it while you're washing the dishes. You can do this while you're doing anything else. And other ways to keep yourself centered and balanced is to indulge in things that are healthy joy. Things that will help keep your vibration higher. It's important to acknowledge your spiritual body, because what happens in the non-physical realm will manifest itself into the physical realm, and we've all seen that. Maybe we got around somebody who was not positive in our life. And this comes from personal experience, ample personal experience of when I was younger, and, I fell into people's bullshit, and I was naive, and, I got taken down the merry path, and I believed it. It's so important to keep your circle of people clear and clean, people that are positive and want your success. And sometimes that's hard to do. It's made easier when your frequency, when your vibration, when your vibe is higher. When your vibe is higher, you're going to attract those people that will help raise your vibration. When your vibe is lower, if you stay with those people, they're going to drag you down to even a lower frequency. And then you're going to end up paying for karma, for yourself, for them, taking on people's karma, etc. And nobody wants any more drama in their life than we already have, dealing with just everyday things like kids and job and education and all these things that we're dealing with, taking care of our households, etc., paying our bills, all that stuff. And it's kind of like an example that you could say is that, say you're on the basketball court and you're shooting basketballs into the hoop, and you keep missing, and you keep shooting, and you keep missing, and you shoot again until you make the hoop, and then you shoot again and you make the hoop again, and you shoot again and you're successful again. Well, that's kind of like zeroing in your frequency. You know, when you encounter negative situations, negative people, negative events that give you strife, that give you anxiety, that give you fear, you could look at that as if those negative people are the times when you cannot hit the hoop, when you can't get the basketball through the net. But when you become more spiritually aligned, you are going to get the ball through the net, you're going to make those points, and you're going to win the game. You will win. Super important to keep your vibration high. It's like target practice, you know. You want to zero in on that high vibrational part of yourself and continue to elevate. The basic practices of prayer, of meditation, of saying affirmations like I am affirmations. I am healthy. I am safe. I am fearless. I am loved. I am courageous. Whatever it is, I am protected. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. These are all affirmations that you want to put on repeat as a daily practice. You want to use your meditation, your prayer, your affirmations to protect your spiritual body, almost as if you have a glow a ribbon of divine light around your body. I mean, literally, imagine that. A ribbon from your crown to your toes of protective white light that engulfs you each and every moment of the day. And put that around your children as well, around your pets, around your finances, around your home, around any relatives, your friends, whatever is important to you. And if you have people in your circle that are untrustworthy, and your intuition will tell you that, then you need to recognize that and remove those people from your circle. Now, the caveat to that rule is that sometimes people that are on a divine mission may be led into situations, and some of you out there are divine beings that are led into situations where you're going to be tested. You are going to be challenged by people. And this is the universe, this is God's way of testing you to see if you're ready for the next level. And many of you spiritualists out there, you already know this. And some people are just starting on their path, and they're learning this. We are all at a different stage. We are all unique. We all vibrate at a different frequency, and we all attract different people, places, and things into our life. And it is only when your frequency begins to match up with somebody else's, either for a lesson, which is a karmic person, air quotes, or a divine person, which is somebody that the universe or God has led into your life for good purpose, to help you, for you to help them. Like the yin and the yang. Together you do work for the higher good, for your higher good, for their higher good. And again, some of those people are simply karmics. And karmics can be anyone. We know that our family can be some of the worst karmics that are out there, because the betrayal of a family member is one of the most painful betrayals you can experience. Perhaps somebody purposely did something to harm you, to harm your reputation, to take from you, to keep you ungrounded, to take your money, to take your relationships, just to take your essence, to cause you trauma, whatever it is. Many times, the greatest betrayals come from our family members or our closest friends, people that we may have known for many years, or perhaps people come back around and you think that they're your friend, and they're really not. They're really here to still present you with that karmic lesson. And we're going to be presented with that lesson with that person or another person, but same lesson, until we master that test. And one of the most important things on your path is to balance the scales of justice in your life and for others. Like universal law, you want things to be balanced out. And if you've done enough good deeds, you're going to have some spiritual abundance, some extras. It's like getting the Publishers Clearinghouse big check at your door, that kind of thing. It could be literally a check you receive, or it could be a person. It could be anything, really. It could be just a peaceful life, whatever that is. But before we can receive anything like that, we have to balance those scales. And this is difficult, especially if you're in pain. We have to make amends to the people that we've harmed. We have to go outside of our comfort zone. We have to let go of people that have harmed us. We have to forgive people. And these are some of the most difficult things to do. And I'm not saying I'm good at this. I'm not saying any of that. I have been through a shitload of trauma. I guess I should say a boatload of trauma. And, it used to give me constant conflict thinking about how different people had betrayed me. Family members, friends, this and that, not understanding why, what, where. Well, guess what? When you have faith in the Most High, you can rest assured that they will be given their karma. If some person has taken you off balance purposely and they have not reconciled it for themselves or for you, then they will be subject to their own karma. And so that's why it's important to make amends, to repent for things that you've done that have harmed other people, and to pray for people that have harmed you. We want to retaliate on people that have harmed us. But when you're in spiritual alignment, you recognize that the universe will take care of it for you. And that's confirmation because the light just dimmed. So anyways, I'll wrap this up, and I hope you got something good out of this message. With that said, peace, love.